What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about my team limited, lads. So we're going to be talking about the best team you can put together for it, because I'm just going to say it, unlimited might be worth it. An invincible card, like, yes, I have played 9 games and I've not seen a ring, but most people get a ring within 5 games. I've just got really bad luck. Like, I had unbelievable luck up to a point in limited. Like, I don't think it took me more than 3 games from... Obviously, week 1 was ridiculous. It was taking nearly every like 30 games. From week 2 up until halfway through POW, I don't think it took me more than 3 games. And then since then, I have seen... I think I saw it come in game 3 for Beal. On the Beal weekend, when I just had to play it. Play limited. And I have not seen a ring. I've not got a ring apart from that 1 week. And I've played probably 6 of the weeks, and I've played probably 45, 50 games at least. At least. So, it's a weird one. I had such good luck for so long. My luck is horrendous. But you never know. Like, it could end up happening that I get a ring this week and then get ring game 1 the next couple of weeks, which will be really, really nice. So, we are going to go over the best team you can use. So, the requirements. The requirements for this weekend. Amethyst and lower, and you may use up to 1 dark matter player. So, your main man is always going to be your dark matter player. So I'm going to make a full Amethyst team, and then your 1 dark matter or Galaxy Opal player is just going to be the next, just the different player. So, Amethyst. Point guards. First of all, the best, and it's not even close, is Boris Dio. This guy carries. Again, 3 of the games weren't... These are only games that weren't rage quits. Like, all 3 of them. 27 points per game. He was outscoring the player that I was using as my main man. 28 hoffs. Every key hoff badge is also 6'8", so he's got the height. He is elite. Absolutely elite at that point guard position. At the 2, for me, you got 1 of 2 choices. There are 2 guys that you can really choose. And I'm going to use the other one on the bench. So, first of all, in my opinion, actually, there's probably maybe 3. Because if you do like Thanasis Antetokounmpo's release, you could argue him. But for me, it's a no-brainer. It's either Isaac Okoro or Devin Vassell. And I'm going to use Devin Vassell on the bench. And I'm going to start Isaac Okoro. Because Okoro is a beast. Both of these guys are beasts. Both of them have got, pretty sure they've both got really good behind the backs. They've both got great between the legs. They've both got basically everything that you need for a card. They've both got all the best animations, both got great jump shot releases, good wingspan, great shooting, great dunking, great defense. Apologies. Yeah, like Okoro and Vassell are both it's preference. It's literally preference, which one of these you prefer. I think Okoro is slightly better, so I'm going to start him, but Vassell is there off the bench. Small forward. There's one that is streets ahead of everybody else. And when I say streets ahead, like, I genuinely mean streets ahead, and it's Larry Bird. Larry, a legend. Now, this guy right here, Larry release on quick is decent. But you're getting a decent release, a 95 3 ball, 86 ball handle, decent perimeter defense, and decent interior defense. He's at 93 speed, 91 lateral quickness. He's also 6'9" at that position, so he's tall. He's got half clamps, half heart crusher, half interceptor, also half range extender, half pick and popper. Like, he's perfect for this position. Doesn't matter what gen you are on. He is the best to use at the small forward position. Power forward. I mean, there's not that many great ones. I was kind of surprised at the power forward position because I wouldn't really run any of these at power forward. A few of them are okay at small forward. Definitely are a few that are alright to run a small forward. So the player that I was running, it's not the greatest player in the world, honestly. I was running with Austin Crocier just because I like his release. Simple as, he's got Draymond release on quick. He can hit wide open jumpers, 94 3, and he's got decent height. But like, there are a lot of guys. There are a lot of guys you can use in this position, but I'm going to use Austin Crocier. Center, for me, I used a different player, but there's a few okay Amethyst centers. Actually, I made a huge mistake. Just a heads up. I used Austin Crocier in my team. I made a huge mistake when I was making my own lineup. That was not smart. Why didn't I just look to Amethyst centers and use either Dino Raja or Wes? Give me Wes. Like, look at these stats from Wes. Like, every key Hall of Fame badge, pretty much. Or gold badge. He's still got that same Kobe release on Quick. He's just like he's like a juiced up version of the Zion card. The Zion Amethyst. And then center. Honestly, like, I probably regret not using Dino. Actually, no. This is where I used Wiseman. Wiseman was my choice of player for it. I was a higher overall, but let me just, you know what, at center position, I'm going to put Dino in. I'm going to put Dino Raja. And I'm going to move Dino to the bench. Then, the actual best center that's coming in, Matt Bonner comes in right here. Easily best Amethyst center in the game. Like, look at these stats. 96.3, 95 driving look, 86 ball handle. Not a great steal, but his interior defense is fine. Decent rebounder, super fast, 92 lateral quickness. He's got Showtime for current gen, range extender, Klay Thompson base. He can curry slide on next gen. He is incredible, lads. Matt Bonner in this type of setting is incredible. Then at point guards, and this one was tough. This one was tough because I ran with Noah because I have a juiced up Noah. But I know most people don't have a juiced up Joakim Noah. So I was looking through and I was like, who to use? So this is where I wouldn't begrudge anyone for using Dame Lillard as their card, especially if you are on next gen. If you wanted to use Dame Lillard as your level 1 card, because you have to use one of these guys, that is very fine. You have to use one of them. So if you want to use Dame Lillard as your backup point guard, that's fine, because realistically, Clem Haskins is probably the best option, and Dame is not a bad option. Then at the small forward position, for me, it was kind of a no-brainer. So if you're looking at the releases of guys that are at the power forward position or small forward, and none of these are great. Again, I would not begrudge you if you wanted to use Tatum. No range, but that's like his only flaw. I would not begrudge you if you wanted to use Tatum. So like Tatum, Dame, and Zion, I think are the only three that I would consider using. The rest of them I think are liabilities. So if you want to use Tatum there, that's fine. But I use Derrick Jones Jr. Because realistically, Derrick Jones Jr., Chumo, Kiki, Rondae Hollis Jefferson, they're going to do the same thing. I just think Derrick Jones Jr. has a much better release. 89 3 ball. He greened everything for me. He was fantastic. Like, he was one of my best players, honestly, in the run. And then at the power forward position as where we went with our choice of Zion Williamson. So, again, I wouldn't use Simmons because he can't shoot the ball. I came up against Simmons in 90% of the games that I played, and Simmons cannot shoot it. I would either go with a Dame as a backup point guard. Even though he has no defense badges, he's still really good offensively. Tatum has some good things about him, but he does have some flaws. But if you look at Zion Williamson, Zion still gets his good animations, 10 Hall of Fame badges, one of them Showtime. He still gets clamps and range extender and quick first step gold. He still gets his animations. He's still going to dunk on everybody. He's still a competent three-point shooter and a competent defender, and he's got speed. Like, that's where I think Zion comes in over, for example, a Tatum. If you look at Tatum has got a better three-point rating. Yeah, that's true. Better ball handle, or say the same ball handle. He's a little bit slower though, and the thing with Tatum is, even though he's got like flexible, he has got no range, which does affect you if your opponent goes and sits in a 2-3. So yeah, that would be me. This would be my lineup. Other guys you could argue in would be, again, Chumo, like guys like Chumo, Kiki, you can argue. Rondae Hollis Jefferson playing at the 3 or the 4 is just release dependent. Sekou Boy at the 4 is not bad at all. Crozier, who I actually use, is not bad at all. Although I will say Sekou Boy is better than Crozier. I don't know why the first player that came into my head was Crozier. That was a not smart decision to do that. Use that. And other really good players. I mean, Bagley's not bad at the center position. Luke Longley's not terrible if you don't mind 3-point shooting. And Precious Achiuwa is incredible. Precious Achiuwa might end up like going in instead of Wes. Like if I was running, for example, if I ran Lillard, I would play Precious Achiuwa at the 4. Or if I even ran Tatum, I would play Precious Achiuwa at the 4. But it's just because I've got Zion in there. So yeah, that is pretty much it. What type of players would I run if I was to run a dark? What player would I run if I was to run a dark matter or lower? Well, I'm happy with my pick of Wiseman. I'm very happy with my pick of Wiseman because he just scores almost all my points. But if I were to make like a choice, if I was on current gen, I would probably go with Danny Ferry because of base 98. Bill Russell's not a bad choice. Basically, just whoever you find it easiest to score with. Don't just pick like a defensive player. Pick whoever you find easiest to score with. I'm telling you, that is the biggest way to go about it. Pick whoever you find easiest to score with. So for me, if I was to remake this squad, I probably would put in, we go Wiseman here. Screw it. I'm gonna use this squad the rest of the way. I'm gonna use this squad the rest of the way. I'm gonna use Dame. Even though I have been using Zion and I've won every single game. I think one game I won with a buzzer beater, and I have won every other game comfortable enough. Then Precious Achua is going to go in there, and then Wiseman, who I have most success with, coming in for play Matt Bonner at the 4. Yeah, I'll go with this lineup. I know Wes can curry, but still Precious Achua is better because I'm going to be creating mostly off the bench with Dame, because this Dame is actually pretty good creating on next gen. So yeah, this is the team that I'm going to be running with. Is this necessarily the best team? No, I don't have any of the god tier dark matter cards. If you have one of them, obviously use one of them. Even if it is a point guard and it ends up meaning pushing Bruce or Bars Diaw onto the bench, or if you want to run your point guard the whole time, moving Bars Diaw to the 2, I mean, your team's still looking pretty good. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I actually think it is kind of important to make these type of videos, the best teams for limited, because again, not everyone has their rings at this stage, and I do believe that, well, people are going to want to try to get the invincible Moses Malone. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much it, lads. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.